And good morning. Let's talk about how we listen to music today. I might be special. I mean, I got my feet up here, get comfortable. Yeah, I certainly am special. That's why I sit in a room all day by myself and nobody talks to me. But I can only talk about my own experience. So let's talk about my own experience and then you share in the comments your experiences. I know that a lot of you are probably more my age, maybe still buy CDs. I do not have a CD player anymore. And yes, Michiel, I know you sent me a DVD player to watch your weird French dubbed Belgian movie Christmas gift. Thank you so much. So yeah, I have a DVD/CD player in a box somewhere. That doesn't count. My car doesn't have a CD player, and maybe yours doesn't. Weird, right? And so some of you might buy CDs, and that's fine. Some of you might have still CDs in the car. Some of you might buy vinyl. Now, that is, in terms of sound quality, the most asinine thing in the world. Because the whole idea of vinyl is that it's an analog chain and it ends up analog in your living room. If it's recorded digitally and we're literally clipping that top end off and we're mastering it digitally, vinyl is not going to sound better. It can't. It literally can't. All that analogness is going to be empty up there in the top end. Also, mastering engineers hated mastering for vinyl because of the bumps of the needle. They had to take out a lot of low end. So are you remastering your stuff for vinyl specifically, band people? Because you should. Otherwise, it's just going to jump the needle too much. So modern albums on vinyl don't make sense, except for the music listening experience, and that's what this is about. So how do you enjoy music? Because I don't anymore, really. I know it's horrible, but in here, I sit here, I edit, I got a TV up there, and a tiny little, honestly, yeah, this is not product placement, but it might be, this. I'm listening with a little Marshall Willen for $90. That's playing my TV sound. And that actually sounds rather pretty awesome. It's charging right now. 17-hour battery life. Not sponsored by Marshall, by the way. It's rather impressive. I mean, sponsored by Marshall in the way that they send it to me. I don't even pay money for it. So it is sponsored by Marshall. Yay! So listening to music, I do it in the car. I also listen to music there. Ha! Sex joke! So I listen to music in the car, and because of all the streaming thing, I don't know the music anymore that I listen to. So there's a new album out by a band, right? And I look for it on Apple Music. I got Apple Music in my car, and I listened to it. Okay. I was really looking forward to the new Linkin Park album. And so far, I think it got 1.5 spins. Because the way that Apple Music works, at least now, there might be settings. When the album's done, it will go to other music that is similar. And there's a huge benefit of this. A huge benefit. You get to know new music, right? So I get to hear music that is similar to Linkin Park. And then it kind of goes off on a tangent and an association train chain where, then it's similar to this, then it's similar to this, and we end up with death metal at some point. It's a fun ride that you can stop at any time. And yes, I get to listen to music that I wouldn't have otherwise discovered. But I very rarely then look up the band and listen to the whole album. The whole album experience is an experience. And there are albums like Linkin Park's 1,000 Suns that need to be listened to in their entirety from beginning to end because it's a ride. Dark Side of the Moon, that kind of thing. You know, Dream Theater albums. I mean, any kind of concept album. You know, Irion. I mean, there's so many different things where you have to listen to the whole album. I mean, John Mayer Continuum, put that shit on. But how do we now have it just spin? How do we get to fall in love with it the same way that we used to. And I know if we got some 18-year-olds or 25-year-olds, they're like, well, what does it mean we used to? I don't know. I've never done anything else. Yeah, but when I bought a new album, it was a CD. I put it in the car, listened to it. When it was over, it started over. Long drive, listened to it 2 or 3 times. Did I want to change it in the middle of the drive? Not if it's a good album. And it got in here. And then the next time I got in the car, I forgot to bring a new CD. Let's listen to that thing again. Yeah. I mean, Continuum spun so many times. So many times. I think I was still living in the States. Yeah. Amazing. That's how we experience albums. Or put on a vinyl, sit down, experience the music, change the site, experience it. It's a whole celebration of actually listening to something. I get that. We don't really do that anymore. You might, please comment. At home, I don't listen to music. I can't listen to music. I mean, I probably could, but I don't want to. I'm kind of done. I have the most Biggest Loser is running right now. I have horrible reality TV shows playing while I edit and do my work. And I don't know why, psychologically. That's something we might have to talk about. Why is that? How do we get back to falling in love with an album and play it over and over? You can do this, of course, with streaming. Of course you can. For me, I don't. It's only in the car. And then there are, it's also the wealth of music. There are so many albums. It's good. I don't know where I stand with this. It's just, I'm old. I want the old times back. Put in a CD, listen to that 20 times. How many CDs came out this year, this week or this month that were relevant to me? 5. Good. Easy. We live in the glorious times where big companies or big labels don't dictate anymore who gets listened to, right? So every small band has a chance. You with your small, shitty band has a chance to get stuff published digitally, go to DistroKid or any kind of service like it, no sponsor, and it ends up on all streaming platforms, which sometimes in your spin cycle, you have pretty shitty music because anyone can release now. But that also gives everyone a chance. Everyone can have a YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, and it is, I would say, easier for the small band to be heard. So that's glorious. That's great. Big DJs that are in the pockets of Sony and MGM or whatever they were called are not in charge anymore what we like and don't like. Great. Really always bugged me when they were like, here's the new hit from. Like, how do you know it's a new hit? Well, because they're going to play the living fuck shit out of it, whether we like it or not. And it's going to be in our brains whether we like it or not because the record companies spend enough money on that radio station. That's why they can call it the new hit from Robbie Williams or whatever. He's got good shit, though. Even before anyone's heard it. Don't call it a fucking hit before people have heard it. We should decide whether it's a hit. Anyway, done with that. But that's not happening anymore. So we are in charge, which is great. But that also means that there is so much music, so many releases, that it's very difficult to look forward, for me at least, to a new release from band X. And then when it comes, I was, for the first time in a long time, really looking forward to a new album by Linkin Park. And then it came out, I listened to it in the car, and then it went to something else, and I let it play. So when I get in the car, I don't even put in play this album anymore. I don't have playlists. I'm like, suggested rock new stuff for Henning. Or Henning's radio station. It looks at everything that I listen to, a lot of the, most listened stuff, and then plays that in a playlist. Okay, it's an easy click, done. But that doesn't get me the experience of listening to an album by a band from beginning to end. and then again, and then again, so that an album gets 20, 30, 40, 50 spins. Nope. I think the last album that I listened to 3 times was my buddy John Brown's Monuments, because I wanted to really experience it and retain something. And I love John, and I love the music. It's really good shit. Nothing got stuck. Nothing got stuck. I don't even know anymore if John Mayer has a new album. I don't know. Maybe I find something out. Maybe I try it out, and maybe sometimes someone says, "Oh, check out this band." Go in the car, do it. 1 spin, done. I'm disillusioned by music and the industry. It's great that there's so much of it because it gives all of us a chance to be heard. It's shit that there's so much of it because I don't know where to start. And I hear a band and go like, this is really good shit. But then I don't go and like play the whole album because, at least in my car, on Apple Music, there isn't a button of instantly, oh, play that whole album. So it tells me the band name and the title of the song. There should be a button, go there and play album from start. I would do this quite frequently, but there isn't. So what do? Lazy as I am, looking at the street, trying to not die, I'll let it go. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. And that way, I don't experience albums, or at least one time and then done. And I'm just not enjoying music in the same way. Music doesn't get in my brain the same way. Last Bon Jovi album. I'm a huge Bon Jovi fan. Friends with Phil X, great guy. One time, and then on to the next thing. That's sad. Would I buy CDs? No. I'm paying for Apple. It's convenient. Robs all musicians. I mean, I'm not doing Spotify. Fuck those assholes. But I'm not. I mean, I'm paying for the Apple thing, so I have everything there. So there's no incentive to buy it. Many people are like, well, I listen to it there, and if I really like it, I buy the CD. Oh, really? I don't. Makes me the asshole if it's there to listen to. I'm thinking a lot of these people are lying, maybe to themselves. Would I buy the CDs? I don't know. I'm just not listening to music the same way again. I'm not experiencing new music the same way. And I'm an old ass fart who wishes things were like they used to be. That seems to be a lot of these rants nowadays. Tomorrow, I'm off to NAB, which probably means next Sunday, no rant because a new Marshall... next Sunday, you've seen 3 Marshall videos, hopefully. Please watch them. And next Sunday, so next Sunday from now, new MXR product. You might actually know what that is. It's alive and it's brilliant. And then the week after, hopefully I'm not sick, and I'm going to be at Mark Mancina's house making some videos with a guy who wrote freaking, Tarzan with Phil Collins, and Brother Bear, and Moana with Lin-Manuel Miranda, and, endless film scores, Clint Eastwood, Bruckheimer, all that stuff. I'm going to hang out with Mark and probe him, asking him about, songwriting and stuff, and looking at his rather extensive guitar collection, some of which apparently I influenced. And that's what's happening. And then I'm back, and then we talk about more things. Comment. Animals at the end.